The stock market has so far stayed with strong indices this week, giving companies opportunities to recover some losses registered in previous trades. Effiong Gekop has details.
Midweek transactions at the NGX exchange have continued to kick upward while improving the prices attached to securities. Index rose by nearly 2% at the close of the day on the back of renewed interest in its securities by fund managers. Airtel Africa was very strong in activities on the trading floor as attention centered heavily on the telecom stock. Cadbury, Charm Holding, First Bank Holding, and Access Corporation all made reasonable gains at the markets. It was not a good business day for NACO, Keveton Aviation, Betal Glass, CNI Leasing, and Livestock Feeds as they took different levels of losses. About 11 billion naira was placed on shares and bonds traded. And outside Nigeria, many markets closed in red. The Kenyan market in Nairobi was negative due to sales pressure by investors. In Morocco, the stock markets closed negative as investors reduced risk appetite on equities. Lastly, the market in Mauritius closed downward as many investors sold holdings for cash. Effiong Gekop, TVC News, Lagos.
Asian stocks surged higher today ahead of a keenly awaited policy decision from the Federal Reserves later in the day, while the yuan was stuck near one-year lows against the dollar as Tokyo ramped up intervention warnings. MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan was 0.14% higher, clocking 3 straight months of losses. Japan's Nikkei was 2% higher. European stock looks set to open on a soarer footing, with the Euro Stock 50 futures up 0.34%, German DAX futures up 0.37%, FTSE futures 0.27% higher. Meanwhile, China shares were 0.14%, while the Hong Kong were up 0.14%, while Hong Kong Hang Seng Index is 0.09%. Tesla's chief executive officer, Mr. Elon Musk, has announced that Tesla is aiming to make 200,000 units of its electric pickup truck, Cybertruck, per year. The company had earlier said Tesla had the capacity to make more than 125,000 Cybertrucks annually, with Musk adding there was potential to lift it to 250,000 in 2025. The deliveries of the much-awaited pickup trucks will begin on November 30, nearly 4 years after it was unveiled by Musk at an event in Los Angeles. On earnings, the company said it could face enormous challenges in ramping up production and making its cash flow positive. Crude oil price edged up in Asian trade today ahead of key meetings of global central banks this week, including the U.S. Federal Reserve, while the market closely watched the latest developments in Israel-Hamas conflict. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to sell at $81.75, with an upsurge of 0.90%. Brent also experienced an upward margin of 0.86% to sell at $85.75. Bonnie Light recorded a downward price review of 0.17% to sell at $88.74. And for the OPEC basket, crude dealers are offering $91.10 with a downward price review of 0.55%.